momentan in Montreal und was wir da machen, ist OneTreePlanted besuchen. Das ist unsere Baumpflanzorganisation, die für uns Bäume pflanzt auf der ganzen Welt. Und wir treffen hier den Founder, den Gründer von OneTreePlanted, den Matt Hill. Und gehen dann auch noch in die Region zu so einem Berg hin, wo auch Bäume gepflanzt werden von einer Partnerorganisation von OneTreePlanted. Das können wir zusammen anschauen.
We're trying a new thing now for crowdfunding on India. The project was 20,000 trees, and I think we're at like 7,800, but it was 2,300 and something donations. So a lot of the donations are just $1, $2, $4, right? But we pool it up. But I was like really shocked when I saw, wow, there was over 2,000 individual donations to this India project. So, you know, a lot of the stuff I'm trying to do in the OneTreePlanted is make it simple, try and figure out ways when, you know, to donate and how it's making an impact. But what's really so it's motivating to meet guys like you, and they're coming all the way from Switzerland to kind of like see, you know, sites and this and that. But when I go to a site and I'm in Oregon, or I drove up 9 hours to Quebec and you see these tree planters that do this for a living, and like the sense of satisfaction they have planting the trees and it's giving back. Or these organizations where we just gave them a donation of $5,600 and they plant it, and they're so appreciative, you know. And I say, don't thank me, I'm just showing up to give you the check. I just pay for the trees, you do all the hard work, you know. But that's the motivating part, you know.
Well, we plant trees for 3 different reasons, and one is, well, to change a site that was not destroyed, but disturbed by human activities. So we want to, well, give nature a start so that it will retake its place. The second one is to, well, sometimes we do, we change infrastructures in nature, I would say. Okay, my explanation will be better with photos. And the third one is to control exotic invasive species.
Geführt gehen wir schauen, wie die Orte anschauen, wo Bäume gepflanzt worden sind, vor Jahren schon. Und sehen anhand von Bildern Unterschiede, wie es dort mal ausgesehen hat und wie es heutzutage aussieht. Und die Unterschiede sind recht enorm.
Decisions of today will have an impact tomorrow. So what do you want your tomorrow to be? And that's always something good also with planting trees and everything. This used to be a ski hill. Small ones, but a ski hill for the 50s, it was a huge ski hill. And if you look today, then it's all back to nature.
Wir sind jetzt hier mit der Geneviève am Fuß von dem Berg da, wo sie mega stolz drauf sind und wo sie viele Orte uns zeigt, die renaturalisiert werden. Also auch der Wald wieder zurückgeholt wird, die Natur wieder neu gemacht wird und die Sachen, die gebaut worden sind vom Menschen, also Strassen. Sie hat uns auch erzählt von einer Heilanstalt hier am Fuß von dem Berg, wo sie aber abgebrochen haben und den Platz hier der Natur zurückgegeben haben.
The reason why we plant trees is to, as I said, to change what humans had done before. These trees were planted in May, so that's actually part of the OneTreePlanted project of this year.
Our mission is to strengthen community food systems. So we have very much a food and farming background or focus of the organization. Actually, agriculture and conservation, like, they need to go together, is part of our thinking around that.
wir hier sind, ist eine Tree Nursery, auf Deutsch heisst das eine Baumschule, wo die ganzen Bäume gepflanzt werden, also die ganzen Teile, wo OneTreePlanted unter anderem auch von hier Bäume kauft und die nachher pflanzen tut. Das sind Bäume, die sind erst 2-3 Monate alt und das ist eigentlich der Start von einem Baum, vom Samen bis auf die Höhe. Später werden sie umgepflanzt in größere Töpfe und erst ab einer gewissen Höhe werden sie nachher verkauft und gepflanzt.
We don't use any chemicals, so when we go to the field, you'll see like, wow, it looks kind of like a forest of weeds, you know, and that's okay. These white pines right here, these were by seed, so it's just another way that we grow trees. So cuttings are seed. So white pine, we take seed in the fall. So the cones, they're growing right now on the tree. The cones will open up and disperse their seed.
Gestern hatten wir einen super Tag im Intervale in Burlington. Jetzt fahren wir Richtung Osten und treffen den Run von Saint-Hilaire.
Our role as a nonprofit is to help see her through the process because, you know, it's the federal government, it's not simple, it gets frustrating at times, and so really we are offering assistance to the landowners and ordering the trees, you know, doing all that work so that they don't have to. Like a lot of our farmers don't have time to figure out which 5,000 trees am I going to order from Intervale, right? We do that for them. You know, we get the planting crews, we get the volunteers out. So it's a great partnership between the federal government, nonprofit, and private landowners. And then donors and funders who help make it happen. We have selected the species for this site based on what's here, what works along a riverbank. Like we're not going to plant an oak tree or an elm tree because it takes forever to grow. We're going to plant fast-growing things that like to be wet because this floods, right? Yes. So in the spring, these are going to get wet. So you need a tree or any species that can handle that. You can get a willow stake, pound it in the ground, it'll root, send out its shoots, and start growing and be there for the next, you know, longer than we're going to be here. So they're really a cost-effective way to improve our water quality, reduce erosion, reduce runoff, right? If let's say this were a parking lot or something or a road, you get runoff into the river, oil, whatever. And then of course it has benefits to the fish that live there, brook trout and other trout in here. So the shade from these trees, you know, the ants, the critters that are on them, and even the wood. So once the tree's like up there, where the tree has gotten old and fallen, that's great habitat. That's where a trout would be living. And if I were a trout in this section of river, I'd be right up in that wood. So if we plant 100 trees here this fall, roughly 70 of them will survive. Sometimes we get better, sometimes we get 90. It depends on Mother Nature, right? If we get good rain. So thank you very much for helping make this happen this fall.
Oh, thank you. We have to take. Das war unser letzter Stopp. Wir haben mit dem Ron von Saint-Hilaire in Barnet zusammen Bäume, aber auch Sträucher gepflanzt in der Nähe vom Flussgebiet. Er hat uns erklärt, warum das extrem wichtig ist, was man dem muss beachten muss. Und da war es unser letzter Stopp auf unserem Trip zu OneTreePlanted. Wir haben gesehen, dass OneTreePlanted, aber auch ihre Partner alle mit extrem viel Herzblut dabei sind, was uns ein super Gefühl gibt für die weitere Zukunft mit denen. Und jetzt gehen wir heim, zurück in die Schweiz und freuen uns auf die weitere Partnerschaft mit denen.